Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to go straight in and give you a bit of background information on Telia as a company and what we do, which will also help to provide some context into my role as a product marketer. Yep, okay. So Telia was founded in 1853 in Sweden, so we're a pretty old company. We are primarily a mobile operator. We're the 5th largest mobile operator in Europe. We have 24 million subscribers, and our B2C operations are across Scandinavia and the Baltic countries. In addition to mobile, we also sell fixed line voice services, broadband and TV. And we have 20,000 employees across all our offices. So we have a rich and long history as a retail telecommunications provider. But not many people know that Telia has also made a lot of investment into the global infrastructure that underpins the internet. So more than a couple of decades ago, Telia formed a business unit, which today is called Telia Carrier, the business unit I'm a part of. And this business unit was focused on building out a global network that would scale as the internet was scaling, which started off as the Viking network and very quickly expanded across the world. And by 2001, we already had end-to-end coverage from Russia all the way to Silicon Valley. And today, our network, which is more than 65,000 kilometers of optical fiber, touches more than 35 countries. And our greatest and proudest claim today is that we are the world's best connected internet backbone provider. More than 55% of internet routes are directly connected on our network. And this graphic here, which a colleague of mine helped to design, very nicely depicts what the internet infrastructure world is really about. There's a lot of undersea cables, a lot of cables that are deeply buried underground, connecting data centers, buildings, allowing a lot of businesses to emerge. And of course, a lot of these companies have gone on to become the world's biggest companies. Occasionally you have animals like sharks and squirrels that get in the way and bite into cables and get in the way of business. So it's a vibrant ecosystem, and it's an exciting place for Telia to be a part of. And last year we celebrated 25 years of being on the internet. AS1299 is our unique ID that identifies our portion of the internet backbone. And in those 25 years, we've done a lot in terms of pioneering new technologies, like the first provider to enable cross-border gaming services, the first provider to enable mobile data roaming. In 2015, we were ranked #1 in terms of the number of connections on our backbone. We've worked with companies like Facebook to help them trial some of their innovative infrastructure projects. So a series of firsts, including working with our industry peers to develop best practices to make the internet secure, stable, and a reliable infrastructure that we can all depend on. And using our network, we've built a portfolio of B2B products. Today we have about 17 B2B products that really help organizations around the world to scale their operations using our network and the internet backbone. And primary use cases include customers who buy like wholesale customers and buy in bulk to resell into their own retail markets, for example. We help customers connect data centers around the world, their offices, provide them with private and dedicated connectivity to the cloud providers, for example. So our network directly connects with AWS, Google, Azure, Oracle, IBM. And in fact, a lot of these cloud providers are customers of ours. They buy some of our products to help underpin their own infrastructure. And a lot of content providers are also customers of ours. And increasingly, we have a lot of global enterprises who want to leverage the scale and size of our network and the internet backbone to efficiently scale their own operations. So in our product growth strategy, we've made a lot of investments to build a core product portfolio of global products. We've also opened offices in key markets and hired locally, for example, in London. And we continuously expand our assets globally, particularly through network expansion. And this is an iterative process, although this illustration doesn't really show it as an iteration, but it's an iterative process that we continuously grow our product portfolio. And throughout this process, we always hope that we can use our brand awareness to drive to help us drive forward with our product strategy. But the reality is that unlike our B2C business, where our brand is really strong, for our B2B business, where we're tapping into markets where we're not a familiar brand, that brand awareness isn't necessarily there to support us. And some of this comes down to the way that B2C marketing works. In many of the markets where we have a retail operations, we apply sort of, polycentric marketing really. So local languages, local currencies, and really adapting to the local market as much as possible. But for us in B2B, for Telia Carrier, the world is our local market. It sounds a bit like an HSBC advert. But our products are about interoperability, about standardization, about global coverage and global scale, that we haven't had the need to use our brand as much as our B2C business has. But that said, brand awareness does matter. We do have competition, increasingly more and more competition. And in many markets, we have our own local global competition that we need to contend with. So this is where as a product This is where as a product marketer, it's really important to think about how we can link brand positioning to product positioning. And I'd like to quote the great Philip Kotler, who said, brand positioning is the act of designing the company's offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the mind of the target market. So it's about planting seeds into the minds of the target market. So using this phrase, I've created my own version of what product positioning means to me. So product positioning to me, just changing a few words really, is the act of designing the product's offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the mind of target buyers. So when planting those seeds of interest, for me, the way I look at interest is that it's divided into two areas. The functional interests in terms of the functionality of our products. And for us, it's very much connected to coverage, performance, and commercial terms. And the emotional interest in terms of the perception we want to drive about the magnitude, the quality, and the cultural fit that wraps around our products and services. So the next few slides, I'm going to go through some working examples of how I put this sort of style of thinking into practice to drive brand awareness. Okay, so using product positioning, we can drive a perception of magnitude. So we need to have proof points that will support the claims we make about the coverage that we offer in our products. So things like network maps, for example, is something that we use a lot in our company, help to showcase our global network and the size and scale of it, providing real numbers about the number of direct internet routes that makes us the number one backbone. A clear description on our entire product portfolio and how far-reaching these products are. Our engineering staff in terms of how we design, build and implement our products. Our products are, buried under the ground. And so not anyone can actually, design and build and implement these products. So it's really important to highlight our engineering talent. Our service coverage in terms of delivery and customer care. And where it adds value, it's probably worth saying a little bit about our B2C footprint in terms of our coverage across Scandinavia and Baltics, if it adds value to the conversation. And this then helps to create, hopefully, the right perception about the magnitude of our products. So that the target buyer is then feeling that we are a global company, that we're well connected, that we have a good collection of products with a lot of experience, and that we cover their market. So even though we have a B2C footprint in Scandinavia, we cover their market, whether they're in the US or Canada or across other parts of Europe or in Asia, we cover their market. And that we understand retail markets as well. And this is particularly useful when we're talking to customers, wholesale customers who have their own retail markets that they sell into. And then this then helps to drive and feed into the brand positioning to create some brand awareness around our B2B products. Okay, yeah. The next working example is how we can use product positioning to drive the perception of quality. So we can provide proof points on our network speed, the capacity we have on our network, the technical standards that we use across all of our products, the certifications that we have, and the technology partners that we work with. And again, if it adds value, to say something about the technologies that we use for our retail products, so 5G, IoT, 4G, etc. And then this helps to feed in to the emotional interests that our target buyers have, which will hopefully leave them feeling that we're a fast network, the solutions that we provide to them are scalable, that we're compatible to the technologies that they use and the way that they've built their own network. We're credible. We use the best of breed technology, and that we work with the latest technologies based on what we do in our B2C business. And this again then helps to feed into the brand positioning and then again drive brand awareness. Okay, and the final working example is how we can use product positioning to drive the perception of a good cultural fit. So we can provide list prices for each of our products and the attached pricing model that goes with it, the contractual duration, which is really important for a lot of customers, the cost of change requests, so what happens if they want to make a change after they've actually ordered a product and a few months down the line they've decided that they want to modify it, and how we configure, price and quote. Our solutions, other products that we sell can be very complex, so we need to have a good mechanism to be able to quote our customers. And again, if it adds value, say something about our market share, the fact that we have 24 million retail subscribers can help add value to this. And then this then feeds into the emotional interests that our target buyers have, which will hopefully create a perception that we've got a good cultural, that we're a partner they can trust and that there's a good cultural fit. So that we may not be the cheapest, but we offer a very fair pricing model, which is consumption-based, so customers only pay for what they use. That we don't lock customers into long-term contracts. We offer a great deal of flexibility, and that although the solutions that we offer are quite complex, that we have a way of presenting the solutions and pricing the solutions in a very simple and straightforward way. And that we have a lot of customers. So in addition to our B2B customers, we also have 24 million customers that love us as well. So this then feeds into our brand positioning, again, to drive awareness. So the end result is by using this methodology, we can tap into the functional interests that the target buyer has and provide them with proof points on things like coverage, performance, commercial terms. And then this helps to generate and create a perception around our products to support their emotional interests. So the fact that we've got a great deal of, the products are far-reaching, there's a great magnitude that supports the products, and we have a good cultural fit. And then all of this together then helps to support our brand positioning and drive brand awareness. And at the end of it, hopefully, the target buyer, who perhaps didn't know us before, is now thinking, okay, I didn't know Telia before, but now I know that they're a pretty big company, they've got well-engineered products, and they offer a fair deal. So, not very good with this. Okay, so the conclusion is that as a product marketer, it's really, really important that we understand the relationship between product positioning and brand positioning, and continuously connect the dots to link the functional interests that target buyers have to the emotional interests that they have. Always look for proof points. So I like to think of myself as a bit of an investigative journalist in terms of I go around, I talk to everybody from product managers, engineers, sales, really trying to uncover the magic behind our products and really try and find those proof points that we can bring forward and showcase to our customers in different ways. Where it matters, it's always good to weave in our success in our B2C business. And if it adds value, but it doesn't always add value. So we have to judge the situation to see where is it worth mentioning. And finally, for me, I really try to keep a focus on how we can drive perception around magnitude, quality, and culture. And that's it. Pretty short presentation, but thank you for your attention. Any questions?
Thank you, Jay. Yeah, we have time for questions. Can we put the Slido questions up? Takes a second. What's the number one must... Oh, is that old? I think we already did that one. Are there not questions? You can just shout it out. Anybody have a question they want to shout out for Jay? Okay, so then just a couple of announcements. Thank you so much, Jay. I guess there's no questions.